The first thing that attracted me to my guest today is her goodness, true, sincere goodness. And the more I learned and discovered of her multitude achievements, the more I appreciated her down-to-earth character. A person of talent, drive, and perseverance, her ultimate vision is one of well-being and wellness in each and every one of her initiatives. This is the essential message she wants to convey: to thrive in any field based on a healthy well-being. Entrepreneur, journalist, presenter, fitness champion, and model, and her greatest achievement of all, mom of 4 beautiful kids. My guest portrays the human part of being an active and successful person with grace and a smile. Join me in asking 10 questions to my extraordinary guest, Maya Nassar.
Hello.
Hi, Maya.
Thank you for this amazing introduction.
Thank you for joining me. You're honoring me on this with your presence here today, and I'm so happy to have you here today because I'm
so happy to be here with you.
You're such a huge support for me all this time. So this is really
happy to do so.
It's such a pleasure. So Maya, let's start. Why don't you just tell us a bit about who is Maya?
Okay, I'm a fitness entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mom of 4 kids.
Yes.
I have a passion for healthy lifestyle and healthy living. I used to be slightly overweight, not majorly overweight, and I lost 20 kilos of fat and dropped 5 jean sizes
5
naturally.
Jean sizes.
Yeah,
Wow,
through diet
amazing.
and exercise.
Yeah.
I then went into competitive fitness modeling abroad, and now I own 3 gyms in Lebanon. I'm also the host of a show called Start Living Right on Virgin Radio Stars.
Which is also the name of your gym.
It's also the name of my gym, and my website and application also have the same name. So it's an online platform, it's a physical location, and it's also a radio show at the moment.
Amazing. That's a lot, and it's all amazing. So let me just start with the first question. So I usually like to start when you're young, because this is the foundation of when we grow up.
Right.
And like you said, you were slightly overweight, and you went from one extreme to the other extreme of fitness and lifestyle. What was the pivotal moment that just made you change?
The moment my jeans didn't fit.
Oh, simply as that?
Yeah. So I kept gaining weight, and I had a very poor diet. I didn't do any exercise. I used to eat as much as I wanted, no portion control. And one day I tried on my jeans, and they didn't even go up past my knees.
Okay.
And that was when I realized exactly how much weight I had gained.
Okay.
And I was also having health problems, like I suffer from asthma.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah, going up the stairs, I would be out of breath.
Wow.
My doctor said my lungs were the equivalent of a 50-year-old, and I was only like 22, 23 years old.
Wow.
So another reason behind starting my journey wasn't just to lose weight and feel more confident, it was also to become healthier.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You started relatively late at 22 years old before becoming a model.
Right. Well, I was always kind of into fitness as a child. I used to do horse riding and show jumping.
Oh, okay.
And I was actually the junior champion of Lebanon when I was 15 years old.
Okay.
But then I stopped horse riding, and I just stopped exercising, and my lifestyle changed. And I didn't know what health and fitness was. I was just into like junk food,
right.
Not
it's kind
moving.
of a trap sometimes.
Exactly. It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah. And then you just had that wake-up moment with
and then I
jeans.
had that wake-up call, and that was it for me.
Wow, that's amazing. What made you choose powerlifting? It's a controversial sport for women. It has a lot of misinformation. So what made you go towards powerlifting, especially that you started in horseback riding when you were younger?
Well, I was never really into the gym, but then I stumbled across a book called Burn the Fat, Feed the Muscle. It's written by a bodybuilder called Tom Venuto, and this book totally changed my life.
Okay.
I learned so much about weightlifting, bodybuilding, and I learned about the benefits, not only physical benefits, but also mental benefits, like having personal satisfaction, more mental strength, determination, discipline, dedication. And I got into it. It changed the way I feel.
Wow.
And it's the only way to really transform your body naturally without taking steroids or doing surgery. So
in a field with a lot of steroids too, ironically.
A lot of women who look really bulky or masculine, they all take steroids because a woman cannot naturally bulk up the way a man does.
Okay, but when I see your pictures, they're very nice. They're
Thank
not
you.
over exaggerated like the huge muscles like you're saying or anything. They're very nice.
It's all about being natural, being strong, being healthy, being the best version of yourself.
Amazing. Okay. So, question number 3. Start Living Right is a brand that you created for your businesses, such as your gym, which you have 3 branches we mentioned before, and your radio show on Virgin Radio Stars, your website, etc., etc. It seems like you're an ambassador for healthy well-being.
Right.
So what made you choose Start Living Right? Like, what made you choose as your brand for the base for your businesses?
That's a very good question. So what got me into this was, first of all, I love to write. I used to work as a journalist, and I have a huge passion for writing, sharing my ideas. So when I was training for my first competition, I was just posting about it on Facebook. I was sharing pictures, recipes, workouts, and just sharing how I was preparing. And I started getting a lot of feedback from people.
Oh, okay.
Lots of people were sharing, commenting, asking me questions. And then I had this idea, why don't I create a website where I can just share my passion and share what I've learned and share, from my experience. Because a lot of other people were struggling to lose weight the same way I had struggled. And I wanted to just show them that if I can do it, they can do it too. And then I created a website, and I needed a name for it. And I actually thought about the name for a really long time. I asked friends, I asked my family, my husband, what do you think about this name? And it was actually when my husband and I were in Singapore on vacation that the name just kind of clicked into my brain. Start Living Right.
An aha moment.
Yeah, just this aha moment. I was like, okay, that's it. That should be the name of the website.
Yeah, you felt comfortable with it.
Yeah, and it started off as a hobby. It was just meant to be something for fun. And then it kind of materialized into a business because the website grew. I was getting 8,000 hits a month without advertising.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then it became a mobile application. And then people were saying, oh, where's your location? Are you a physical location? Is this a gym? How can we book appointments?
Oh, so that's when you opened your first gym.
Yeah, and that's when I decided, oh, you know what? Let's actually make a physical location of Start Living Right.
Okay.
That represents what the website and application represents, which is about being healthy, strong, losing fat the right way. We're against steroids, drugs,
without gimmicks.
Pills. No
I think
gimmicks,
that's why people like it, because there's no gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
To it. Yeah.
And then I decided to call it Start Living Right after the website. And then when I collaborated with Virgin Radio, I was thinking of a name for the show. And I said, well, Start Living Right summarizes it perfectly.
True. Yeah, because it's all about healthy well-being.
Exactly.
You have a topic for every day.
It's about living right, being your best self in every aspect, from physical health to mental health. And diet, exercise.
And everything in between.
Everything in between, exactly.
Awesome. Okay. What are the challenges for a woman in this part of the world? And how did you overcome them? Because it's kind of hard sometimes. In a patriarchal society to build these things, build a business.
I think the first thing a woman needs is to be determined that no matter what, she will never give up. That challenges are only going to be a way for her to learn and grow and evolve.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a quote I love that says, I haven't failed, I've just tried 10,000 ways that don't work.
Who said that?
I forgot who said it, but I really love this quote.
And it stuck to you.
It stuck to me. And another favorite saying of mine is, if you want something, ask for it.
Right.
Because if you don't ask, you'll never get it. The answer will always be no.
Just like I did with you.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. If you want something, ask for it. And you never know what could come out of it.
True.
And also have a support system. So on the days that you feel down or you feel like you want to give up, you know, because motivation is not linear, neither is success. So on the days that you feel like you can't do it, you need to have those positive people around you who will push you and empower you to do the best that you can.
You know, I've noticed even in a patriarchal society, when you respect yourself, people will respect you, even if you are a woman, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. What would you advise your daughter in this society which focuses so much on the physical aspects of a girl? And it's tough. There's a lot of peer pressure.
Right.
And there's a lot of pressure for us to be smart and be successful. And then later on in her life, her family, maybe to be the perfect mom. How would you advise your daughter?
First of all, I would say never compare yourself to anyone else. Because no matter who we are, if we look around and we compare ourselves to other people, we're always going to find someone younger, someone more successful, someone slimmer, more talented. So first rule, don't compare yourself to anyone else.
That's
look at yourself.
Amazing advice.
Look at yourself.
Really is,
Are you improving? What is your goal? Are you taking steps to achieve that goal? If you are, that's all that matters. You're doing the best that you can, and it doesn't matter what other people are doing. Everyone has a different story, a different journey, different genetic makeup if you're comparing your physical self to someone else. And the second thing I would advise is to accept constructive criticism. So a lot of people are going to give you comments, and sometimes it can be for your benefit or to help you grow.
From the experts,
so, as long as it's constructive, then accept it, don't be offended, and work on what the suggestions are or what the advice or criticism is. If it's people that, don't inspire you, or people who haven't achieved their goals and they're just giving you criticism, just saying things just to say them, then turn a blind eye. As long as the criticism is coming from someone you respect, you admire, you wish to be like, then accept it and work on their suggestions. And sometimes criticism can actually be a positive thing.
Right. Those are truly words of wisdom. I
Thank
hope
you.
your daughter will really listen to them and absorb them, because it'll help her a lot.
Yeah.
Especially,
it helped me a lot. So.
Especially not to compare yourself.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Huge for me, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
You have 4 kids in less than 5 years. And as a fitness model and a powerlifting champion, what was your relationship like with your body before, during, and after your pregnancies? Because it's hard for us women when our body goes through such changes.
Yeah. Honestly, I embraced these changes. I knew that when I got pregnant that my body was going to change.
Okay, so awareness.
And, yes, knowing that your body's going to change.
Yeah.
And I always told myself that I have to gain weight because it's healthy for the baby. Okay. And if I don't gain weight during my pregnancy, I'm not being healthy enough for the baby, because you need to gain a minimum of 11 kilos when you're pregnant. That's
is
minimum.
It 11?
Yeah.
I thought it was
11
less than
to
that.
16 kilos.
Oh, that's the healthy?
That's the healthy, for a healthy pregnant woman.
I thought that was a lot.
Yeah, if she's overweight or underweight, then the recommendations change.
Okay.
But if she's at a healthy weight, then she must gain between 11 to 16 kilos of fat during her pregnancy. And I just embraced these changes. I mean, after each pregnancy, my body did change more and more each time.
Yeah.
But
each pregnancy is different.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
each pregnancy is different.
Right.
And even now, I don't look like I did before kids. I still have more work to do. I have to go on a stricter diet. But I'm okay with that, because I think right now I'm at the best version of myself.
You're happy with yourself.
I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I've achieved more or less all my life goals. I have 4 kids. I'm happy with what I'm doing. And I wouldn't say my best self was when I was doing these competitions in the best shape of my life. Now I am my best self.
We're a little bit more wise now and mature.
Exactly. Now I have a wiser head on my shoulders. I've accomplished more. I have 4 kids.
How old is your youngest?
My youngest, he's going to be 2 in
Yeah,
April.
so he's still young. You still have a lot of
baby.
time to get back into the shape you want. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what my body looks like, because this is the best version of me. And I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't want to undo anything that I've done. So this is why I embrace the fact that I'm not in the shape I used to be. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And like you said, I have the rest of my life to, one day go back on a strict diet.
Yeah.
Or one day go back into competitions, which I would love to do
again. Really?
Yeah,
wow.
I would.
As a mom of 4 kids, that's pretty admirable.
Yeah. But for now, I'm just focusing on enjoying what I've achieved, enjoying motherhood, and enjoying that I can go out and eat some dessert or not be too strict. No, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. Enjoying eating, living my life. And that's, I think, what makes all the difference, is to embrace everything that you've achieved.
I have to say that's an extraordinary answer. I couldn't
Thank
ask
you.
for better. I thought of a question before, but because we were discussing before the podcast, I'm switching it a little bit. I'm going to turn it a little bit around.
Sure.
Because for one thing, how do you do it? And another thing that you told me, because it's related to mental health. And you went through a difficult period after your 4th child, you were telling me. So please tell us about it, because I think it'll help a lot of people to know that they're not alone in this.
Sometimes we go through difficult periods in our life. We can have everything, we can be successful, we can have a support system, we can be in a good place. But sometimes you go through difficult times. First of all, this is completely normal. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing shameful. You're not weak or a bad person if you pass through difficult times.
Right, it's human.
It's human. We're all human beings. And with my 4th child, when I was pregnant in the last trimester, I had severe insomnia. And this was a very difficult period for me, because I started developing sleep anxiety. And the more I wouldn't sleep, the worse my insomnia would become.
You become more anxious.
Exactly. Because I had a lot of pressure to, go to work, work out, exercise, take care of my kids.
And they were still so young.
And they were still babies. So I had so much pressure to be my best. And I was wondering, how can I be my best if I'm not getting any sleep at night? And this actually led to anxiety, which led to full-on depression.
Wow.
And it was the first time in my life that I actually suffered from depression. And I discovered how painful and difficult it is. And sometimes you're in a bubble where you think there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and you lose all hope.
Especially when you're right in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah. But I can say that you can always overcome it. You need to take steps to take care of yourself. Invest in self-care. Therapy is very useful, very helpful, very important. Do what you need to do. Don't be ashamed to ask for help.
Which you did.
Help. I did.
Yes.
I did. I asked for help. I wasn't ashamed of it. And sometimes when you talk about it, you connect with other people who also pass through difficult times. And then you discover that you're not alone.
You're not alone, exactly.
And you can learn from their experiences as well. And just connecting with someone else about this subject can help you feel better, comforted, and it can give you hope that if that person went through it, then you too will overcome it and be in a better place.
Even with this huge support system that you had, you went through it.
I did, yeah.
So this is this is very important for people to understand. It happens regardless of what things are happening around you. It can just happen.
Yeah, I had a huge support system from friends to family. My husband was so supportive. Everything was amazing in my life, but still, given the circumstances in Lebanon with COVID, the explosion, the crisis, so many things happened so quickly. And I'm sure a lot of people might have gone through anxiety or depression.
And they probably still do. Even.
And they're probably still going through it, including PTSD, or what's known as post-traumatic stress disorder.
Right. And there's no shame in asking for help.
There's no shame at all. You should ask for help, or it can get worse.
Yeah.
And I read, according to the World Health Organization, that up to 90% of people who ask for help overcome depression.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good so it's just that first step.
It's just that first step.
Right.
And of course, effort.
Yeah.
Effort to do self-care, exercise, have a good diet,
healthy
go
lifestyle.
to therapy sessions.
Yeah.
You need to be proactive in helping yourself recover.
You're the first person that can help yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you on this.
Yeah.
So, Maya, in certain ways I can relate with you because we were born outside of Lebanon.
Right.
We both have English as a mother tongue. Am I correct?
Yeah,
yeah, it's not
correct.
Dutch because
No,
your mother
it's
is
not
Dutch.
Yeah.
I struggle with my weight, which I still do.
Mm-hmm.
And you are so generous of yourself. You like to help, support, and share. You're inspiring for me.
Thank you.
So who inspires Maya?
Who inspires me?
Yeah.
I would say many people inspire me. I can't choose one person. First of all, I was inspired by the author of the book called Tom Venuto.
I just want to ask a quick question about that because he's a man.
Yeah.
But you can still relate to everything he wrote in the book.
I did.
Okay.
It's as if he wrote that book for me.
Wow.
Everything, the messages. I was just inspired by the fact that, you know, he made me believe in myself. I learned about bodybuilding, fitness modeling for women through this book and through this person. I'm also inspired by my mom. My mom is a great woman, and you know, I really aspire to have her qualities. I hope to raise my children the way she raised us.
She also has 4 children.
We're also 4. And I'm inspired by my husband because he has a strong character. He's very ambitious, very hardworking. You know, he's always positive no matter what. And also I'm inspired by my best friend. Yeah. Her name is Bianca. She has her own boutique.
I think I met her, didn't I?
Yeah, you might have met her.
Yeah.
And she's been through some very difficult times in her life, including losing her mother. Okay. And she's always, you know, a strong woman. She has her head on her shoulders. She does everything with a positive attitude. And I think she's really inspiring to many other women as well.
That's amazing to get inspiration from people around us, very simply.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because everybody has something special to give.
Yeah. That's so true.
So you have established your businesses, your family, your career, your life here in Lebanon, even with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Why did you choose Lebanon?
Well, I moved back here for high school and I never really left. I love life here. I love how people are very friendly, and Lebanon is a collective society. If you go live in Europe or in the States, it's very individualistic.
True.
And I just like this collective part of being in Lebanon. And we do have it all here. We have the weather, we have the beaches, the food, you know, the lifestyle.
We just need better management.
So, we just need you know, a more stable country. But if you can really live in that bubble, then really it's the perfect place to be. You know, if you
it's
can,
a feel-good place.
Yeah, if you can turn a blind eye to all the problems and the injustice that we face as Lebanese, then you can have a very good life here, surrounded by family, friends, and focus on the beautiful things that Lebanon has to offer, like summer, nightlife, you know, culture, history.
Good restaurants,
good food. Yeah,
that's true, because a lot of people have made the same choice as you because they feel exactly the same way.
Exactly, yeah.
So, Maya, what makes the ordinary extraordinary?
What makes the ordinary extraordinary? It's all about the way you look at things. If you see yourself or you see a situation as extraordinary, then it is extraordinary. You decide what's extraordinary and what's ordinary.
You raise the bar up to make it better.
It's all about perception.
I agree with you on that.
And being happy with what you have.
Yeah, the little things.
The little things can lead to big feelings.
We agree on this.
Yes.
Maya, thank you so much. So where can people find you? Well, they probably already know, but I mean, just in case for those little people, the few number of people, where can they find you? By the way, this is...
Thank you. That was the February cover of Special.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on social media under Maya Nassar Fitness on Instagram.
Yeah.
My gym account is SLR Gym on Instagram. I also have a website for pregnant women. It's called XY Pregnancy.
That's right. We didn't mention that. Yeah, that'll help a lot for women.
So it's an online holistic program for pregnant women, and it's fully endorsed by a gynecologist.
Oh, that's great.
I worked on this program for 2 years while I was pregnant, you know, because I was pregnant for 4.5 years back to back.
Exactly,
So I created the program during my pregnancies. And also they can listen to me on Virgin Radio Stars from Monday to Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. And there's a replay from 1 to 3 p.m. And now we just started playing best ofs from 7 to 8 a.m. every
I just read
morning.
That. Amazing. That's great. Maya, it was such a nice journey today learning about you, really.
Thank you.
And what message would you like to give to the Lebanese living abroad about the special things in Lebanon that touch us?
I think there's no place like Lebanon in the world. I think it's a unique country.
Yeah, unique is a good word to describe it.
There's so many beautiful things about this country. And you know, I always say there's no perfect city or no perfect country. So although many people might see that we have problems in Lebanon, in the Middle East, you know, you have to just focus on the positive things. And if a Lebanese is living abroad, they should definitely come back and stay connected with Lebanon, with their family, because being Lebanese is unique and special, and we should always, you know, stay connected to our Lebanese roots.
That's very inspiring. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.